Hi, I'm Josanne Wright Callender, the author of the Happy Little Garbage Truck picture book and educational program. And I apologize, I've been away from the podcast or screen or vlog for a while. Had some family wellness issues to tend to, including my own. I had that frog, been trying to get rid of it for a while. And so, enough of that. I'm back and want to pick up where we left off when we were talking about the overuse of screen time and the dysregulation that comes from that and our kids and ourselves. And I've been I've been trying to identify within myself and my husband and myself how much screen time has impacted us and how have we felt. Um, I'll take these off because I'm getting a lot of glare with my blue block. This is going to be a short one, so I think it's okay to not have the blue blocks on. But how much it's impacted our lives. And I said that we cut off screen time like around 7. And I can only tell you that it has made such a difference. It just doesn't seem like it should, but if we cut everything off at 7, we have this lovely gas-powered fireplace. On these cold nights, we turn that on and sometimes listen to music, read, we just get out of our television streaming mode. And there's some really cool things on these days, but this has been wonderful way to start our evening. And many people talk about sleep hygiene. And friends of mine have been talking about how it's so hard to unwind and go to sleep at night. This has been like the coolest, cheapest way of regaining that peace. So I just wanted to tell you that, we read my Bible, read articles like this one. And so I'm about to share with you what I left off and needed to say and felt really guilty. I said, I've got to get back and share what is the purpose of this whole talk. First of all, as I said, there was a child who was dysregulated. His father noticed when he took his cell phone away, he was playing Roblox. And it was only for like 30 minutes at a time. But this article that I have been indicating, it's in my description box, which is called The Silent Epidemic Eating Away Americans' Minds. And it was an Epoch Times article that I just found fascinating because they have a lot of information packed in it. And you can check it out by going on my description box and pulling it up yourself. But the key points was how this happens, and it does cause dysregulation. And what the father noticed is when he took the cell phone away, his son would just become really agitated. That was due to the dopamine effect. And the current way that video games are set up, and it's meant to do this, is that there's a ding that keeps you going, and you want to make sure you can get all you accomplish your tasks within the video game. And it's a stimulating mechanism. And the thing about dopamine is that it produces a feeling of pleasure, and the drop in it is linked to irritability. And I've read this before because there are a lot of people who are really hooked on Instagram and getting likes in the YouTubes. But, all of these things keep us going. And I think that, if we can sort of disassociate ourselves with, the pleasure that we get from that and find pleasure in other things just to balance our lives is how we can reach children to show them that the balance is really important, not just from the screen. And this increased during COVID, as you know, but we can regain some of this by decreasing the screen time and increasing face time. So this one article or book was mentioned, and I put that in my description box, which sounds really um, fascinating. It's called The Irresistible: The Rise of Addictive Technology and the Business of Keeping Us Hooked by Adam Alter. it just sort of sums it all up right there. And the really amazing thing is as I read this, go back to my own psychology classes, as a teacher in education, the strategy came from the Skinner box, and I said, "Oh, I haven't heard of that in a long time." But, Burrhus Friedrich Skinner put pigeons in this box, and he rewarded them with food every time they pressed a button. But he found that the pigeons rewarded irregularly were more compelled to press the button than those that were rewarded with every button press. It built in this compulsion. And the same thing that motivated the pigeons to keep pushing the buttons, what motivates us to scroll the screen down because there's more, there's more. But say, like when we read a newspaper or a book, it's done. So this compulsion is part of what causes us to press the button. We get the dopamine impact. So next time we meet, I'm going to talk about some of the things that occur because of this and how can we look towards what can we do to get out of the cycle so that we can bring our children to a better place and reduce their irritability and dysregulation, not dysfunction, dysregulation, which causes anxiety, depression, and the other negative aspects of having this overabundance of screen time instead of FaceTime. So we'll talk next time. And thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, please share, and I will be back sooner than I have been this last time. Okay, have a great weekend. Bye bye.